Yay Networks.
Welcome to Logically Irrational with my parents, Ty Strickland and Melissa Rycroft. He's a little logical.
Until I start gossiping.
And she's a little irrational.
You've got nothing.
But together, they make the perfect combo.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Logically Irrational.
Hey.
It looks a little different if you're watching it.
Yeah, it does.
I worked really hard on our set.
Yeah, it looks good.
Well, can I tell you this was Ava's idea? So I told her, I said, babe, we have a YouTube channel. She goes, no way. Do you have a set? And I went, do we need a set? We need a set. We need a set. So I didn't have a lot of time to put together. So if you'll notice, yeah, we're kind of close.
Yeah.
The backdrop's a little wonky, but we have a set. And I'm going to work from it. I'm going to work off of it.
I think it's great. I think it's perfect.
He has to say that because I was just arguing with my wall.
Yep.
I just got in a
You
fight
were.
with my wall. But it's fine.
It's all good. Is the audio okay?
I think so.
Okay.
Can you not? We have stands now. We don't have to hold the mic. We're moving on up in the world
We
of
sure are. Things are good here.
So it's been a great week. It's been a quick week. If we
I
do
don't remember what has happened over the last week.
So we took our daughter out on a date.
We did. Friday
Yes.
night was great.
So growing up, my dad always did this thing where if we got, and this was for the whole year. It wasn't just back then it was 6 weeks. It was,
every
you
6
had
weeks.
6 weeks.
Right.
And if for all 6 weeks, you got straight A's and had straight A's at the end of the year, during the summer, he would give me a day that was called my day. And we did anything he would go do anything that I want. And I always wanted to go spend half the day at Wet n Wild, which is our water park, and then go across the street and spend half the day at
Six Flags.
Six Flags.
Yeah, it's a good day.
Being a 40-year-old woman, he was a good sport, knowing now what I would have to endure if
he was
Ava.
a 40-year-old woman? That sounds weird.
Knowing what an elder millennial, as Eliza calls them, feels like. It's not fun to spend 6 hours at a water park and 6 hours at a theme park, but he did, and he was a great sport about it. And I thought, what a good idea. Ava's now in intermediate school. Let's keep the incentive going.
Yeah.
She got all A's on her first. They do 9 weeks now. And so I said, kiddo, we'll take you to dinner. Not necessarily a full day yet. We'll do that in the summer.
Yeah. But you let her pick.
I did. And I was like, me and daddy will take you out. It's just going to be you. And where did your girl pick?
One of the nicest steakhouses around. Which was fine.
Which is an odd
I mean,
choice.
I love steakhouses.
Yeah,
I'm
but
in on that.
She doesn't even really eat steak.
Oh, yes, she does.
And not a lot. I
think that she was more the ambiance, and it's like white tablecloth, and it was nice.
She went on Amazon and picked out a dress.
Yeah, she looks so pretty.
She was very excited all day. She was talking about, and I pulled them out of school early that day. I think, was this the day that it was supposed to rain? Storm. We had bad storms coming, and it was a Friday.
Like supposedly tornadoes.
Yeah, and the tornadoes were supposed to come right at school pickup. So I went, you know what? I'm not doing that. I'm just going to go pick everybody up an hour early. And she was like, are you picking me up for our date? I went, no, I'm not. But we went. And she had, I think she had a great time building memories. That's what we're doing.
That's right.
Building memories.
She looked so pretty. She had her makeup on, her pretty dress.
A little too much.
No, she looked perfect.
Blush.
Come on.
Even she came down. She goes, I put a little too much on. I was like, let's just
You were
dab.
wiping it off.
Yes, I did. I was like, let's just dab, baby. It's pretty.
Okay.
Subtle. Makeup is subtle. She refuses to let me help her do makeup. She insists that TikTokers know it best.
She's independent.
She's lost her phone for 2 weeks. So we'll see how that goes. We'll get into that.
Yeah.
So that was super fun. And then the next night, we had our 80s party where Cyndi Lauper and MC Hammer, but it never happened.
Didn't quite make it.
Literally
30 minutes from leaving.
Yes, literally. We had eaten dinner. So this party started at 8 o'clock, way past my bedtime, but we were troopers. We had finished eating dinner, and I was like, okay, I'm going to go and start getting ready. well, Kaysen comes around the corner.
I don't feel good.
And I went,
Well, he had been telling us all day that his tummy hurt, but
had he been telling us all day? I didn't know that.
Several times, yeah. But Kaysen tends to
Okay, yes.
exaggerate.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Is it a real tummy ache? Is it? So I told him, I said, buddy, I will totally skip my party. I will not go to my party if you really don't feel well. But if I skip my party and don't go to my party and you're going to be running around here like a madman, I'm going to be a little upset. And he goes, no, don't skip your party. And I went, okay, maybe it's not that bad. Well, no sooner do I say that, he sits up, he turns pale and green, eyes are glassy, he's doing the hard swallow.
Yeah, he's doing like the panic thing. Mom, mom, mom.
And I went, you're going to throw up, aren't you? So he got sick. And if you remember, I got really sick mid last week. And I was actually shocked come the weekend where I went, how did nobody else, like me being sick? Of course I'm going to give it to everybody because I'm handling everybody's food and clothes and just everything. So I really thought we had gotten out scot-free.
So you thought.
Not so much. And so we did not go to our party. I slept with Kaysen on the couch all night long.
Yeah, I didn't know why you did that, but
because it's a shorter distance to the bathroom. And when he was in our bed, remember he didn't. I really thought, I was like, we're at a great spot with our kids that if this nausea thing happens, everybody knows to run to the bathroom and we're toilet throw-uppers now, right? It's not just.
Yeah, not just find a place
right, because they're babies.
Throw up on the ground.
I think Kaysen hit the toilet once. And every
I don't
other
know if he
time
ever did.
after
that.
that.
Yeah, the first.
Yes, it was on the floor here, there. He would literally wait until it was coming out to get up.
Ugh, gross.
So yeah, we
At
slept
least
on the
it
couch.
wasn't on the carpet.
It did not get on the carpet.
It was on tile every time.
But I do think we're scot-free now. Like we're a week out from when I had it and everybody's been fine. And
it was a 24-hour
yes,
deal.
quick
for
24-hour.
you and for him.
So, well, except, so Sunday comes, next day.
Oh, gosh.
Okay. And we're eating dinner. Ava leaves and she comes back and she goes, my stomach hurts. And you and I both went, oh no, this is happening. It's happening. And then I told her, I said, why don't you go lay in my bed? Go lay in my bed and watch TV.
I didn't buy it from the beginning.
Really?
Because she was fine all day long.
So we had dance practice. I coach her dance team and we had practice literally 30 minutes before she started doing this. And she was a wild woman at dance.
Well, and it was Sunday night.
Right. Well, I didn't think of that. I thought this is the day after Kaysen gets sick. So I told her, I said, go lay in my bed, babe. I said, if something happens, come get me and daddy. We're right here. So 5 minutes later, she comes out. She goes, oh, Mom, I just threw up. And I went, oh my gosh, let me see. And she goes, oh, no. I already flushed it. And I'm looking at her going.
Your impression of her is.
I know. That's how when I talk to her, that's just how she talks. And I went, baby, I've seen you sick. This
You're not acting like
does
you're
not look like what you normally look like after you've gotten sick. And I look at you and you had a great idea. You go, tell her to not flush it next time. So I said, Seth, I'm so sorry that you're sick and not feeling well. If it happens again, just leave it in the toilet and let me see it.
Which is a shame because you don't want to have to call her out on lying to you.
I also don't want to see throw up in the toilet.
Right. I don't need to see you.
No, I don't. But there's something fishy about this story.
Yeah, very.
She didn't look sick. She didn't, she did the, oh, Mom, oh. And so it was 5 minutes later, right? She came back and she goes, okay, so I threw up again. But it was weird because it doesn't look like throw up. But if you look really close, you can see like little pieces of food, but it looks kind of more like spit. And I'm looking at you going, oh, boy. So we go in and I look. Girlfriend literally hocked a loogie.
Gross.
In the toilet. And that was it. And that was it.
She just didn't want to go to school.
I called her out too. And I said, you're not sick, are you? Oh, no, I am. And I went, I think you should go upstairs and you should go to bed. And she goes, okay. Kind of waiting for me to not carry on this conversation.
She wanted out.
She wanted out. She did admit that to me today. We talked about it. So anyway, We're good. We're healthy. I do want to remind you that last week at the end of our podcast, you said that you had a story.
Oh,
for
you
us.
want to do it now?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
so,
is there somewhere else you wanted to add it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Just, I mean, this isn't riveting or anything, but.
Is this ever riveting?
Well, so sometimes, okay, so I'm at the gym. I go to the gym every day at lunch. And then I do my workout, I lift, and then I do cardio.
You work out at the gym?
And then I go in to change clothes because I go back to work after that. And I do the same thing every day. I don't do the same workout every day, but I do the same routine every day.
Yep.
And so I go in, strip down, and it's not, what's going on with the lights here?
Oh, yeah. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, I will have better lighting system by next week. Lights are going on and off right now.
I don't understand that.
It's fine. I have the ring light, but it does look like we're in the dark.
So I go in and strip down and
like butt naked.
Yeah.
Butt naked.
Well, yeah, because I'm going to get in the shower.
Yeah.
You don't want to take a shower with clothes on.
Do you get in the shower and then take your clothes off and then like put your towel out, or do you walk in naked?
No. I take all of my clothes off and put a towel around me.
Right.
And then I walk into the showers, and the showers are all separate.
And then you take the towel off and put it.
Yeah, and then right before I get in the shower, I put the towel on the hook right outside the shower.
So there is a second where you're butt naked in the common area.
Yeah, and if you've ever been, I mean, I don't know if it's the same way in a girl's locker room, but in a boy's locker room, there are certain dudes, and usually it's the old men, that they just walk around naked. Like no towel, no nothing. They just walk around butt naked, which is really weird to me.
I think there comes a point probably where you
just don't care, I guess.
Don't care.
I mean, and it's not like I'm like super shy or whatever, but it's just
I don't want people to see me naked.
If you have a towel, like why not wrap up in it? Right? I mean,
sure.
And then the worst is when these guys, they get out of the shower and then they don't dry off. They carry their towel and then they just drip everywhere.
Like
all
Kason.
over. Yes, very much like Kason. So anyway, just like every other day, I take my clothes off, put them in my locker, have a towel on, walk into the shower, and I usually even use the same shower, the same exact shower. And this is like...
Does it have your name on the outside?
No, my locker has my name on it.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. So
I don't have a locker.
No, you don't have a locker. You don't need a locker.
Why?
Are you going to keep stuff up there?
I don't know.
Why do you have to turn into that? Gosh. So I get in the shower, and there's not a lot of people there. It's like 3:00, and so the lunch crowd has already passed, and the afternoon crowd is not there yet. And there's maybe 8 dudes in the whole locker room. This is a big gym. There's like 16 showers, maybe.
Yeah. No, it's a
big
mega
gym.
gym. Is that what you call it? Yeah.
And so there's nobody else in the showers. Like I'm the only one walking into the showers, and nobody else is in the shower. And there's like a little corridor, and there's showers all the way down. There's like 8 on each side.
Yeah.
So, like I do every day, take my towel off, put it on the hook outside my door, go in, take a shower. When I get done with the shower, I turn the water off, I open my door, and my towel is gone. My towel's gone. Somebody has come in and taken my towel. There's nobody else in there when I walked in.
That's the only thing that can happen. Somebody had to physically come.
Well, I mean, it can't disappear. Like, where else would a towel go?
Could it be a cleated person? I mean, you're in the shit. Somebody knows that shower is on.
The shower's
Somebody's
on.
in that shower, and there is a towel on the hook.
And
Okay. Was there, when you got out
okay, yeah.
and had to do your naked run?
So let me finish.
Okay,
so
sorry.
I'm sitting there like, oh my gosh, like what? At first I thought I was like, this is somebody I know is screwing with me. Like
Did you think I was there?
Well, I mean, you're not in the men's locker room, but like
Could be.
somebody that I know is just playing a joke on me or whatever. And but I didn't see anybody, right? And like half the time when you're in the shower, you have your eyes closed because you're soaping off or whatever. So I
don't, because of the stupid eyelashes.
So what do you do when your hair is wet and you have
I have to do
shampoo in your
the
hair?
pull off, the one that like it makes
right,
it portable, and I put it up to my scalp because I can't get my eyelashes. I can't get soap in my eyelashes.
Okay.
But they look really pretty.
Oh, Lord. Okay, so anyway, I'm like, oh my gosh. And I'm just going through my head like, what is the scenario here? Like, why is this happening?
You're in the shower still naked going, what the heck?
Yeah, and now I have to walk out. And it's not that it's that big of a deal to walk out through the locker room naked. Like, but it's a little weird. I mean, like some guys have no problem with that. Like these old men do it all the time. No problem. That's just a
classified as an
regular.
old man yet?
No. We're talking like 80 years old
okay.
old men. And so I'm like, if this is somebody that is like not screwing with me, and I don't know what the reason is, then they're out there waiting for me to come out,
right.
and that's.
So that was going to be all the lights have just shut
What's
off.
the deal?
By the way, sorry,
Dumb house.
Sorry, YouTubers,
Old
we are in the
house.
dark. So you're opening the door. Is there an audience?
No, I open the door.
Okay.
I look down the corridor of showers, and there's nobody in there.
Okay.
And again, it's not that many. There's maybe 10 people in the whole locker room. And so I put my head down, I cover my junk, and I go as fast as I can.
Covered it with 2 hands?
Fast, yeah. Fast walk as fast as I can to the towel.
They should have towels right there.
They should, but it's a 30-foot walk.
I know where they are in the girls' locker room.
20 yard
You've got to walk out of the shower area.
Out of the shower area, out of the
in the common
sauna
area,
into the common area, and then grab a towel. And so then I'm like, I'm irritated, right? And so I go and I grab a towel and I wrap it around me real fast and I go straight to my locker, and I've never gotten dressed so fast and gotten out of there.
But nobody was there looking at you.
There were dudes in there.
Were you looking at anybody suspiciously? Are you staring harder? Are you staring harder?
That's kind of what I was doing, but I wasn't going to make eye contact with anybody. So anyway, like that whole story to say, what in the world happened?
Someone took your towel.
Somebody took my towel.
Somebody took your towel.
Well, somebody definitely took my towel, but did somebody take my towel because they wanted to see the goods?
I bet it was a chick.
There's
I
no
bet
chicks in the
some
guy's locker
chick
room.
was like, that dude's hot.
There's no chicks in the guy's locker room.
Maybe there's peepholes. Aren't they connected?
No,
there's a wall that connects them. I don't know. It was me.
I don't know either.
I snuck in and I wanted to do it.
Anyway, I thought you'd get a chuckle out of that.
It's funny. It's a funny story. This is why I don't shower. I get in, work out, put my headphones in. Nobody talks to me. I don't make eye contact with anybody. I'm in and I'm out. I'm not there to socialize.
Yeah.
I don't want to make friends.
That's about how I would picture you to act.
At the gym?
Yeah.
Don't look at me.
Just in general.
Don't
just
look
in
at
life.
me. The gym's very intimidating. I was there yesterday because I'm still going to your big box gym. And I think it was like bodybuilding day or something. It was everybody getting ready for some big competition. There were abnormally large human beings all there at the time that I go. And I go when it's empty. It's like 9 a.m. It's between the people going before work, and it's obviously before the lunch crowd. So it's my space. But these guys it was all men. Like, you know when you've got like traps on traps on traps? Like there's 4 of them up there. They almost look like they have a Ninja Turtle shell, but it's their back. Yeah. And they're doing my inner thigh machine, And I'm like, I think you can mosey on over to the other power weightlifting section.
To the squat racks.
Squat racks.
Yeah.
I did squats today.
You did?
I did.
Good.
And I did deadlifts.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Good job.
Doing it. Anything else?
No, that's good. That was my story.
You don't seem excited about that.
About what?
I don't know. Whatever. Okay, so for those listening and not watching, make sure that you do go to the YouTube page. Maybe, like I said, we're in the dark right now. I don't know how this ended up completely in the dark. Our little ring light. But it's YouTube, and then go to @LogicallyIrrational and you'll find our page. Like our Facebook page. That's where kind of all the conversations take place. You can always call us at 866-7-LOGICA and leave a voicemail and be part of the podcast. And if there's nothing else, let's do a little pop news now.
Let's get after it.
Okay.
Pop news now.
Starting with sad news.
Oh, no.
I know.
I don't like that.
Aaron Carter.
Oh, gosh.
You've heard about Aaron Carter.
Yeah, I did. Do we know what happened?
Not yet. Now, were you a fan? I feel like we missed the Aaron Carter craze by a few years.
Barely know who he is.
Right. We knew Nick Carter from Backstreet Boys.
Boys.
But Aaron Carter, for those a little younger than us, like Darcy, who's living with us, she was devastated.
Really?
Devastated. Because she grew up idolizing him and listening to his music and was
I didn't
just
know
that
anybody idolized him. I mean,
yeah, no, he was huge.
I thought he was always kind of a misfit.
No, he definitely had had an audience. So he was only 34 years old and was found in his bathtub earlier this week. There was a really sad picture. Videos are going around because Nick Carter is actually performing with the Backstreet Boys right now. I think they're overseas.
Yeah.
And the day he found out that Aaron died, they still performed. Like, he still went out on stage and performed that night. But they did a tribute to him. And I mean, I'm a team player, but I probably would have been like, y'all, I'm going to sit this one out. I think everybody's going to understand if I'm not out there tonight.
Yeah.
But it just...
Well, they were at odds too.
Well,
right?
So they were. So back in 2019, so Aaron has a twin sister. Her name is Angel Carter. They had a reality show. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was bad.
It was not good. Yeah. Right. But Angel and Nick took out restraining orders against Aaron. And Nick said that Aaron apparently said that he had ill intentions of killing his pregnant wife at the time, his unborn child. This is Nick's wife, and she was pregnant at the time. And so he put out a restraining order. Aaron then came back and said, this is completely ridiculous. I didn't do it. But he has come out since then and said, so he was diagnosed with schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, manic depression. Oh, lights came on. And anxiety. Was on medication for all those. That's a lot for one person to have.
Well, they all kind of tied together, though. I
don't know, but it is a lot for your brain. And then, of course, he suffered with addiction. He's been very open about suffering, talking about the many stints that he did in rehab. And lately, people had been saying he was huffing, which...
Well, I heard that the coroner or whatever said that there were empty...
So, yes, that's according to TMZ. There were multiple cans of its compressed air in his bathroom and bedroom, prescription pills. But that is I think it's what you clean your keyboards with.
Yeah, I actually buy that stuff all the time for machines.
And you take the little knob off and you inhale. I've seen it on Intervention.
I've
seen it on the show Intervention. It's crazy to watch because you literally just...
So there's like a chemical in there that makes you high, gives you a high. It's like Whippets, right? The same thing?
What's a Whippet?
Whippets is like why don't you do the same thing, but you do it with like whipped cream, right?
Probably same can, maybe aerosol
it's the same,
can.
whatever. Yeah.
I don't know. It's crazy. Yeah, but like on Intervention, alcoholics would also drink mouthwash because there's alcohol in mouthwash, and when you are that desperate.
When I was a freshman in high school, there were a bunch of guys that would chug Robitussin. Because that was before, like the decongestant stuff that you would buy. When I bought. I think it was Delsum. It was cough syrup, and I just got carded the other day. Is that what it is?
Yeah, there's something in it.
I think it's the decongestant, whatever's in that. But yeah,
it makes scissorp.
Well, I think that's different.
I'm so knowledgeable.
Well, I think scissorp is liquid codeine.
Some scissorp. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And I only know that because of rap songs.
Do they? But they don't say in rap songs, I'm going to sip on some scissor. Here's what it is. And then list out the ingredients.
Well, sure. But whenever I first heard what that was, I was like, what in the world are they talking about?
Scissor. I never really thought about it.
Liquid codeine.
I thought it was cough syrup, which is why you can't buy cough syrup anymore without getting your ID. Like I'm buying, it's children's Delsum.
Yeah.
And they're having to come over and monitor me.
You know what has happened to me is I have bought, one time specifically, I bought a big package of Claritin D.
At the pharmacy.
Yeah. And you have to get your ID and all that for that.
Because they track that, right?
They do track it.
Yeah.
Because I lost it. I had a big one.
And you had to go get more.
I lost it. And come to find out, it was in your car.
In the back, underneath my passenger seat.
Yes, and we had gone to the lake house.
Mm-hmm.
And when we got back, I couldn't find that bag. And so I went to the store to go buy more Claritin D, and they wouldn't sell it to me. And I felt like a total drug dealer. Yeah, they get your ID and they scan it. And they're like, oh, sorry, it says here that you've bought too much in the last however long. So they wouldn't sell it to me. I was like, okay, I'll just have my wife come back up here.
Did I go buy it for you?
I don't remember.
I'm probably blacklisted as well.
Somehow, but yeah,
like, man, you're buying an awful lot of children's cough syrup lately. No, it's November, so
I thought that they took your driver's license and like, put a note in there that you had bought it or something. And if you weren't on some list or something, they would still sell it to you. But they actually track how many pills
That's
you're
crazy.
buying. Yeah.
Anyway.
I learned that the hard way.
Anyway, he leaves behind an 11-month-old baby. He had an on-again, off-again fiance.
11-month-old, right?
11 months.
That's awful.
Yeah, I mean, it was, just sad all around. So there's no official cause of death. I think everybody's speculating, which we shouldn't do. But, I mean, 34 years old. Sad. Very sad. Going on to some happy news. There's a new sexiest man alive, according to People magazine. Have you heard who it is in 2022? No. So if you had to take a guess.
I think I did hear, but I forgot already.
Okay. He's qualified. Not everybody's qualified.
I don't know. Who is it?
Chris Evans.
Superman?
No, Avengers.
Captain America.
Yes, there you go. Yeah. Yeah. No.
No
reaction.
Yeah.
I'm totally for that one.
Okay.
I was not into.
Was it Paul Rudd last year?
Paul Rudd, not my favorite. I get it though. Like he still looks the way he did 25 years ago, and he's attractive. Blake Shelton wasn't my jam, but he was in a lot of people's jam. That was pretty controversial. Remember that?
Mm-hmm. I do remember when he got it.
I do have some sexiest man alive trivia if you're up for it.
Oh, I can't wait. Right up my alley.
Okay. How many years has people?
20.
I didn't even get it out.
How many years have they done it?
Yes.
Well, I know they did it when I was in high school. So let's go 30.
37.
Okay.
God, has it been that long since you were in high school?
It's been 25.
And how many men in those 37 years have they had as the sexiest man alive?
32. What?
32.
32.
Yes. 32 men. Okay.
Some people have gotten it twice.
Yes. Our first ever sexiest man alive was 1985.
Tom Cruise?
No. Good guess, though. He did make it.
Is it a much older person? Is it like Burt
No.
Reynolds?
No.
Tom Selleck?
Nope. Well, I guess probably the same age as all of them now.
Okay. I don't know. It's Sean Connery.
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson. Okay.
He was a good one, right? Like back in the day, Mel Gibson was...
I may not really have a preference on that, but... Yeah.
Who was the youngest ever sexiest man alive?
I think I know the answer to this.
Okay.
No, I don't. I'm guessing. Ryan Gosling.
I didn't know this. John F. Kennedy Jr.
How old?
Also a good one. He was 27.
Oh, see, I would have said it would have been younger than that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think they like him more established. We don't... a 22-year-old is not super sexy, you know?
No?
Get your stuff together and then call me. Who's the oldest? And I will say you've already said his name.
Sean Connery?
Yes. 59 years old. And then last question. 4 men have received the honor twice.
I know Brad Pitt's one of them.
Yes.
I'm going to go with... I should get this. Is Ryan Gosling one of them?
No.
Okay, Brad Pitt.
Yep.
Tom Cruise.
No.
Pierce Brosnan?
No.
Hold on.
I'll give you hints. I won't tell
Okay.
you. ER.
George Clooney.
Okay. Let me know if you want to phone a friend.
Idris Elba.
No, but he probably will. Edward Scissorhands.
Johnny Depp.
Yes, Johnny Depp.
Okay.
And you got one more. Pretty Woman.
Richard Gere.
Yeah. Which is
That's
so
kind
fun.
of surprising.
I was just watching, Ava wanted to watch Chicago because we listen to the soundtrack all the time when I pick her up from dance. So we watched Chicago the other night. I don't know where y'all
I think
were.
you started it.
No, we finished it.
Oh, you did?
Yep. And Richard Gere was in it. And I was like, he's an attractive,
I-
salt and peppered older man.
I've never seen Chicago. Well, I take that back.
Yeah, on our honeymoon, I made
we
you watch
watched,
it.
but I don't think we watched the whole thing.
I love Chicago. I used to want to be on Broadway. If I could sing, I'd be lethal. But I'm awful at it. And Broadway
you're a
doesn't
good
want
singer.
just dancers.
Good one.
Anyway, that was fun. There you go. So, Jessica Simpson, have you heard about her this week?
I heard there's backlash over her
Yes.
losing so much weight.
So I am prefacing this segment that I am a Jessica Simpson fan. And I love Jessica Simpson. I am not shaming Jessica Simpson. I don't want to talk bad about Jessica Simpson. But we're going to talk about what everybody is talking about. So she posted on Instagram earlier this week. It was an ad, which I will tell you, I don't know the amount. I know what I would get paid for that ad. Girlfriend got paid a lot of money for this Pottery Barn ad about decorating her daughter's
kids' room.
nursery.
Yeah.
Yes. So she posted it, and here's the audio for
Hi,
it.
I'm Jessica Simpson, and welcome to my daughter Birdie's room, designed by Pottery Barn Kids and a little bit of me. I was really drawn to the geometric prints and the color scheme. This really, to me, is Birdie's personality. Thank you, everyone, for checking out the adorable room of Birdie Mae Johnson.
So on the superficial level, people were commenting, she does look very thin right now. She looks a little sunken in, and maybe more robotic. To me, Jessica Simpson has always been a beautiful woman. Like, her face, I just have always thought is so stunning. And not just because people say I used to look like her, but you know what I mean? She looked different. I can't pinpoint anything. There's nothing where I'm like, ooh, that or that. She definitely looked different. To me, though, the appearance had nothing to do with it. It was a little, not slurry. It was a little slow. It was a little
I think you're looking too far into that.
robotic. I'm not the only one that says this, though, which is why I think there's controversy. Now, I will say, I listened to her book, Open Book, on Audible. She does tend to talk a little slower, and she does kind of, like, her voice does just kind of naturally do this when she talks. But a lot of fans were concerned about her appearance.
Yeah, I thought it was more the appearance.
It was, but to me, I'm like, don't judge the way somebody looks right now. Come on. She's already come out. Half of Open Book was about how insecure she was about her looks and her weight. I mean, don't do that.
Well, okay.
So that was not it to me. She does look thin. Fine. She's lost some weight, whatever. I mean.
Well, but I think that, and I don't want to be a jerk by saying this.
Okay.
But
Preface.
No. But she tends to gain weight and lose weight. Maybe it's kids or whatever.
So she's had 4 kids.
Right,
I mean,
but hasn't she? Didn't they say she lost like 100 pounds or something like that?
yeah, between when she was pregnant with.
Okay,
I mean, that's
all I'm
pregnancy.
saying. I'm not saying
No. I'm
anything
not.
bad.
No, I'm not saying
So
you're wrong.
maybe like the last time, it's been a while since you've seen her that thin. That's all I'm saying.
I will say, Daisy Duke, to me, remember Jessica Simpson, Daisy Duke was her thinnest I think she'd ever been. And in the book, which I read, she talked about like all she was doing was diet pills, and it was not a natural weight for her.
I mean, she looked like,
But
she was
smaller.
super thin.
She's smaller than that.
Than that now?
She looks smaller than that now. And I'm not saying there's anything going on, but what I'm saying is that I don't think it's the normal Jessica Simpson that we used to see. And I love her, and I'm a fan, and I hope everything's okay. She posted on Instagram the next day a big kind of F you to everybody saying stuff about her, because there was enough going on that she was like, do you remember when I DM'd her that I was reading her book?
You brought this up last week.
I know, but I can't help it because she liked it. Jessica Simpson liked my DM. What are you Googling right now?
I'm trying to see a picture of her in the
In the ad.
ad.
Is that it?
Yeah. Okay. So I wouldn't say. I mean, she's thin.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Maybe this is just a still from a. There looks as if there's. Bless her heart. You know?
I know. Here's the problem this is the problem with social media. 100%. This is what it is. You can't win.
I think when you said robotic, looks a little robotic.
And she did. Now,
You know what? I'm glad that she stood up for herself.
don't drop Kobe. Kobe's sitting in your lap. She did. She came back
She looks fine.
I think people are worried. I'm hoping it's coming from a good place. I mean, she's definitely mentioned she has issues with sobriety, and not issues with sobriety, excuse me. She was addicted to stuff, and she has been sober. And I think there was a concern from people of like, I hope we're all still okay. I hope everybody's still doing well. We look a little different. That's all we're saying. Is it our business? Not at all.
No, it's not at all.
And I'm just going to say
I kind of don't like talking about it.
that I love Jessica Simpson. You know who else I love?
You know what I think about? Sorry.
You just ruined my transition. It was a good transition.
Okay,
too.
well, remember your transition.
Go.
Do you remember that the video that she did when she's wearing a USC jersey?
No.
And, she had a really popular song, like 2002.
That was her era.
2004.
Yep. Do you know everybody back then used to say I look just
Yeah,
like
you
her?
said you
I know.
nothing like Jessica
I don't
Simpson.
feel like I do, but I heard it all the time. And to
You
me,
have the same eyes.
it was the most flattering thing I'd ever heard. They're like, if you were blonde, you'd look like Jessica Simpson. I was like, oh my God, really?
If you were blonde and not Greek.
Well, I did go blonde and I didn't look like Jessica Simpson.
She's wearing a USC jersey in this
Okay.
one video. And it was just awesome because like every dude, like it's a chick in a football
Nothing
jersey.
but a t-shirt on.
I think that's the
Is
song.
that it?
I was trying to think of what song it was.
Yeah. No, Jessica Simpson was hot. And I'm not saying she's not, but back when, because I always felt bad for her because Britney came out and Britney was a megastar, right? And then Christina came in and Christina was huge, but she was never as big as Britney. And then Jessica was in there. And I always felt like Jessica was kind of that third one trying to make a name for herself and trying to be a pop star. And yet to me, she was my favorite. And so when their reality show came out, Nick and Jessica, it was
Well, I mean, she showed everybody because she's a billionaire.
She's a
And
billionaire.
she can always say that. Okay, what was your transition?
You know who else I love?
Me?
Jennifer Aniston. I love Jennifer Aniston. And she just came
Well-
out. Oh, what?
I got one more thing to say.
You let me talk.
Jennifer Aniston, I got one more thing to say.
About Jessica? or
Yes, about Jessica. You know who she looks like?
Very 80s names, by the way.
She looks like the girl from Siesta Key.
Which girl?
Look. Doesn't that look like...
No, but man, isn't that cute? She was a cute. And
Okay.
I will say, I feel like I was cuter back in like 2009. The fashion was terrible. So we always looked better.
I don't think the fashion was terrible. It was just different.
Well, we had like really thin eyebrows that were super arched and, you know, those block extensions. And I wore a lot of Ed Hardy.
Did you really?
I did. The hat sideways.
Okay. Jennifer Aniston.
Okay, Jennifer
Sorry. I'll
Aniston.
be
This
quiet.
today, actually. Allure magazine. She's on the cover of Allure magazine. Apparently, it's the last cover they're doing. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they're going digital now. And she looks phenomenal. Google the pictures for just a second because she is not wearing much. It's very un-Jennifer Aniston-like. Like, she's always girl next door. Ooh, I'm cozy. She's wearing itty bitty, like on one of the pictures, it's like discs just slightly bigger than the areola area.
Well, she's big on that.
But she looks hot. I mean, she's 53 years old. She looks amazing. So she did this interview and I go to allure.com and read it because the writer is great. She actually went to her house and she's like, I'm walking around
She's
her
very
house.
nude in this thing.
She's very nude
Yeah.
in the thing. She's 53. She's a 53-year-old woman. That's amazing. I got 13 years and I hope I still look like that. And it sounds really cool and she seems super laid back. But this was the part where I was like, this makes me sad. So this is a quote from the interview and it's from Jennifer. And it says, this was over a decade ago, but quote, I was trying to get pregnant. It was a challenging road for me, the baby making road. All the years and years and years of speculation. It was really hard. I was going through IVF. Never knew that. Drinking Chinese teas, you name it. I was throwing everything at it. I would have given anything if someone had said to me, freeze your eggs, do yourself a favor. You just don't think it. So here I am today. The ship has sailed. I have zero regrets. I can actually feel a little relief now because there's no more. Can I? Maybe, maybe, maybe. I don't have to think about it anymore. That's sad. And that breaks my heart because, again, I was always a Jennifer Aniston fan. And the era of tabloids, which was right when you and I got together. Remember, I would always get, it was 5 magazines every week that I had to get In Touch, Us, People, like all of that.
Week.
And I can't tell you how many covers were Jennifer Aniston's pregnant. Look at her in Cabo. A picture of her
She probably
in a
just
bathing
had a big
suit
lunch.
after a burger, right? And I do remember, so the Friends, I don't know if you know this, but Monica and Chandler's wedding. It was the end of one season, and they found out that the pregnancy test found in the trash can was Rachel's, not Monica's. Do you remember that at all?
Yeah, I do.
And I remember she was married to Brad Pitt, and we all were like, oh, they're doing this because she's pregnant with Brad Pitt's baby. And I feel like the world has been on baby watch with her. Because I remember that. Yeah. I remember going on that journey. And then you find out that not only was she was trying. They were doing IVF. She was doing everything to get
Was
pregnant.
it with Brad Pitt?
Said it was over a decade ago. I don't know who it was with. She did not say, and I'm not going to speculate.
It could just be a donor, right?
Could be. Have no idea. And of course, all the tabloids at the time were that Jennifer Aniston is selfish. She wants to focus on career. She doesn't want babies. That's why Brad left her and went for somebody with like Angelina, who gave him 15 kids right off the bat.
Yeah, real quick.
But that was part of the interview. Y'all, it was, there's not a lot. It's not a long interview. I feel like this interviewer was there for 10 or 15 minutes.
No.
That was it.
She got what she needed.
But it was good. It was good. And it opened up the door. She did say she was thinking of writing a book. I'm in.
Of course you are.
Transition.
Matthew Perry.
To the book I just finished.
Oh, you finished it?
I finished it.
It took you longer than I thought it would. It still didn't take very long.
It was great. It was great.
Great, like I should read it?
I think you should read it. It was so flippin' good, the Matthew Perry book. So I did it on Audible. I did not read it. I've been listening. That's all I've been doing for the past week is just listening to it.
Yeah, every time I come in,
I will say he sounds great. There's a few times there's a little slurring, but he sounds great. He sounds like Chandler. He sounds like the Matthew Perry that you know. And he's so open and he's so honest and he's funny. You find out Keith Morrison is his stepdad. Did we talk about that last week? How crazy.
You told me about that. Yeah, that's crazy.
Technically, he could have done the audiobook. He's got a great voice. But it was so good. And he was on The View this week, and I watched it. It's a 10-minute segment. I highly recommend that you YouTube it because he looks healthy. He looks happy. He was fun. I mean, it was just so great. It was so great. He overcame, when we were talking about Jeffrey Dahmer, and we were like, I don't understand. He had parents that split up, okay? And he had a little bit of abandonment issues. And all of a sudden, he decides that he's going to be somebody that killed all these people. And Matthew Perry is a very similar story. What?
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Right? Well, we were like, I don't understand it. Dahmer had a rough childhood, for sure. It did not equate to who he became.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
Right.
Okay. So Matthew Perry had abandonment issues as well. His dad left when he was very young. Apparently his mother was like 19 years old, and she was young, had no idea what she was doing. Ended up marrying Keith Morrison. They had their own family, and he found himself like, I don't know where I fit. I don't know. He was like, I'd be on airplanes by myself, traveling in between parents. And so he had at the core, he called them, he's like, they're mommy issues, 100%. The way I would date, I had mommy issues. I had daddy issues. I had this. And, but he also said, and it stuck with me because I'm not an addict. And so I don't understand the brain, but he goes, I was born with a brain that wanted to kill me since I was born. And I'm like, man, what a way to.
It's awful.
Right. Oh, it's so good though. You should listen to it. It's awesome. I was kind of sad with it.
Yeah.
It was good. And he looks great now. Chandler Bing is back.
What is it about how sometimes like something can be the saddest thing ever and it's great? Like movies that are very sad. I'm like, I don't want to be sad.
Yeah.
I don't want to go down some road that like is something that I don't have to watch that's not even true and it makes me sad. Like, why do you want to be sad?
I don't think you want to be sad. I think it's important to hit on those emotions every once in a while.
Yeah.
No?
But maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
The avenue he's on right now, I think it's 2.5 years. Don't quote me on that. You're sober. And he's like, I just want to help people. If I can help.
That's awesome.
One person go through what he went. I mean, he said 14 surgeries. He said he's going to have surgeries the rest of his life. Like his digestive system will never be the same. And he's wrecked his body and he's paying for it. And so he's like, the fear of dying now is scarier to me than trying to stay sober. And it's even if you've never battled with anything like that, it's amazing to listen to. Can I share a little clip?
Sure.
From his book?
I've detoxed over 65 times in my life, but the first one was when I was 26. My Vicodin habit had now kicked in badly. If you watch season 3 of Friends, I hope you'll be horrified at how thin I am by the end of the season. Opioids fuck with your appetite, plus they make you vomit constantly. In the final episode, you'll see that I'm wearing a white shirt and tan slacks, and both look at least 3 sizes too big for me. Compare this to the difference in how I looked between the final episode of season 6 and the first of season 7, the Chandler-Monica proposal episodes. I'm wearing the same clothes in the final episode of 6 and the first of 7. It's supposed to be the same night. But I must have lost 50 pounds in the off-season. My weight varied between 128 pounds and 225 pounds during the years of Friends. You can track the trajectory of my addiction if you gauge my weight from season to season. When I'm carrying weight, it's alcohol. When I'm skinny, it's pills. When I have a goatee, it's lots of pills.
That's good.
Why the goatee?
Well, I think there's 3 episodes where he has a goatee, and it's at the very end of season 3. And I think that's just his way of saying I was really messed up at that point. I remember he looked just different. It's great. Read it, buy it, whatever.
Do it.
Highly recommend.
Do it.
Okay. You want to do a little reality roundup and then call it a day?
Yep.
Okay.
Reality Roundup.
Okay. So this one, I'm not happy about. I'm going to talk about it just to bring it up, but I don't think I want to support this.
What?
Casey Anthony, Where the Truth Lies. On Peacock TV. Was that Kobe that did that?
Have you, is this already out?
No. So it does not come out, I believe, until November 29th. But I am not a Casey Anthony fan.
I mean, who is?
I believe the verdict was wrong. I think we always have to say allegedly so that we don't get ourselves in trouble. But so if you don't remember, she was accused of killing her 2-year-old daughter, Kaylee, back in 2008, but she was acquitted of first-degree murder. And she's been living, I think, in Florida. I believe she's been a photographer of some kind since then. Now, this is how Peacock, this is the official description that they said. They said it's considered one of the first trials of the century that polarized conversation in living rooms across America. The Casey Anthony case is one that still leaves more questions than answers. There have been several movies and documentaries made to fill in the gaps, and yet the woman at the center of it remains the biggest mystery. Throughout the exclusive 3-part documentary series, Casey Anthony finally tells her side of the story and addresses the public that has made so many assumptions for the past 13 years.
What was the defense there? Like, how did she get...
She blamed her dad. She said her dad drowned Kaylee and hit it. And said that her dad was sexually molesting her. I mean, there were so many things that came out of her mouth that were not true during the trial. The problem was the reasonable doubt that the defense raised. It was like, I can't without a reasonable doubt say that didn't happen. It doesn't make sense. There's too many things that make sense towards that she did it, but I can't 100%. It's really gross. It's just so bleh. So anyway, there's going to be Casey Anthony's personal archives. There's behind the scenes footage. I am skeptical because I'm like, I mean, she's not going to tell us anything. She's not going to tell us what happened. No, at all. And do we need to be giving her attention now in this world of social media? No. Does she need to be getting like Insta famous and all of that? No. I think that she should stay in Florida and continue her photography stuff. Now, I know the whole other side of the argument is she was found innocent and needs to, she said, you know what I mean? You're guilty till proven innocent, and she was proven innocent. So she technically should be allowed to.
You're innocent until proven guilty.
What did I say?
You're guilty until proven innocent.
She's guilty. Allegedly. Don't sue me. But, you know, you're giving her a voice she's probably getting paid for
Yeah,
this.
let's move on. Let's not get
I know
really-
it's coming out. I feel like we have to talk about it. So, the director did say that Casey Anthony had no creative control in the series, and so I don't know if that means that I don't know. I don't know what that means. It's coming out though, and I don't want to watch it, but I feel like I'm gonna watch it because I want to see.
You'll definitely watch
I
it.
want to see what this chick has to say, so I can roll my eyes the entire time and be like, "Not true, not true." Sorry. Also on the murderer topic, Killer Sandy on Netflix.
Is this the bodybuilder one?
Yes. When did I start this by myself? It might have been the night I was sick.
Maybe.
I don't know. I saw it and I went, I could be into that. I could totally be into that. I'm in.
Well, it's about people killing people. You would like it.
Right.
Yeah.
So Sally McNeil, the whole thing is about her, and she killed her husband, Ray McNeil. They were both bodybuilders, so they delve into the world of like substance abuse, steroids, the world of bodybuilding. She would make these, it was before OnlyFans, but if she had been around 20 years later, it would have been an OnlyFans where she wrestled people. Like clients would call and be like, I'll pay you $1,500 and you come wrestle me. And then she'd make a video out of it. And
Gosh.
I know, it was a thing though. And I would rock on OnlyFans right now.
That would?
Yes, 100%. But it's her in prison. It's her kids who lived in the house with her and Ray the entire time. It's Ray's best friend. And I'm halfway through episode 2. And so episode 1, you feel for her. You're like, this was a woman that was being abused the entire time. This man was a beast. He was on all these steroids, and he finally got her to where she was scared for her life, and she shot him with a shotgun twice. And now in episode 2, I'm like, wait a
second.
Maybe there's a reason girlfriend is still wearing blue and looks like she's in prison because everybody.
You don't know?
No, I don't. I mean, to me, I'm like, she looks like she's in prison.
Right.
I could be wrong though.
I like when they do that on Dateline. You don't know till the very
Yeah. But now where I am in the series is that people are saying that she was the violent one. She was arrested for domestic violence. I mean, all kinds of things. Anyway, I'm in. I recommend it. I wish I had waited to start it with you, but
Yeah,
I'm
me
going to
too.
fix it without you.
Okay.
No big deal. Tell Me Lies on Hulu.
Finished.
It's over. It's done.
Without giving away like what happens.
Yeah.
It totally leaves you like, what in the world?
Right.
Like there's obviously another season coming out,
So
which is always good because you know there's another season coming out and it was a pretty good ending. But then you just got to sit there and wait for, they probably haven't even started filming it yet.
Did you know this week that Lucy and Steven are dating in real life?
Really?
It came out. Grace Van Patten, his name is Jackson White, which is a cool name, by the way. It can't be his real name. But they're dating. I don't know.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. There's just you don't know what happened.
I think it answered some questions, but it left a lot. People are hoping for a season 2. Questions we don't know. We don't know what happened to Drew, his brother. Evan and Lucy, they had the drunk hookup. And then now, flash forward, we're at Evan's wedding. Do they know? Have they told anybody about the hookup? Did they not? Why are Pippa and Lucy not close anymore? What happened to their friendship? Did Pippa find out about the note that Lucy wrote? There's a lot of questions.
Maybe she hooked up with her boyfriend.
Right. That we didn't. Pippa's boyfriend? Wrigley?
Oh, no. You're right. Sorry.
Yeah. But there's just a lot of questions that we don't know and a lot of assumptions that we made. I don't think it's officially been picked up for season 2, but I think
it will be.
I think, that it's
I read
definitely
something where the producer, no, this is from a book.
Okay. Oh, yeah, it is.
It's from a book.
Yep.
And there's
but I heard that it's completely different than the book.
Oh, really?
They took complete liberties. Yeah.
I've heard that there could be like 5 seasons. Like there's a whole lot of stuff in there of
Here's
course
the
I haven't
thing.
read the book.
The book could have just been the catapult. Like, let's just start it.
Yeah, maybe.
And then from there, let's just see where we can take this animal. I'd watch it.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
And then lastly, we'll close this out. Love is Blind on Netflix, our Dallas cast. We finally got in. I think we were very late to the party watching it.
Well, it just came out like 2 weeks ago.
I know, but everybody binge. That's the problem.
Yeah.
So I have your cutouts here so that you can follow me. We have Alexa and Brennan, who at the beginning, when they first met, I did not think Alexa was into him. I was like, I don't know. I feel like that's a fake. He's the cowboy.
I've already forgotten. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I have your pictures for you. They seem to really get along. I haven't seen any major red flags, I guess, as of yet.
I think it's hilarious watching him with her dad.
Oh.
Because he's evidently rich.
Well, her family is very intimidating. All of them. The entire family.
And he's just like, seems like the nicest guy.
He does.
And is,
What episode are we on, by the way? We should preface.
Well, I think we're like at 8.
Okay, we've
We're
not
almost
watched.
done.
We don't know how this ends. I don't know what happens. But I can,
I like it. It's good.
I think they're going to end up married. I don't know if they'll end up lasting.
I think that they'll marry.
Yeah. Okay. And then we have Colleen and Matt. Did you know she's a ballet dancer?
Oh,
Did you know
gosh.
Colleen's a ballet dancer?
Yeah. Colleen really is
Colleen.
into herself.
Ty is not a Colleen fan.
I'm not. No.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not.
okay. That's okay. You don't have to be into everybody.
Well, she's obviously into Cole.
Yes.
I
I
mean, she's said that much.
don't think this relationship will work.
No, they've almost broken up or they
Yes.
have broken up like 3 times.
Yes. Partly because I do think that I think she's got something with Cole. I think I also get douchebag vibes from him every once in a while.
Oh,
when
dude,
he's
I
talking
don't
and I'm like,
get
he
that.
seems real abrasive and
He
real
seems
like,
a little
this is
abrasive.
just how it is. And this is what we're going to do.
I feel like he is definitely playing a role for the
You
camera.
keep saying that he doesn't want to look stupid. So
Yeah.
he's going to play the manly card.
But not even that. It's just like he can't act normal on the camera.
What do you mean?
Because they're filming him and he's too calculated.
Yeah.
That's the impression.
I liked him, and now I don't know. I don't. I don't like the way he talks to her. I don't like the way he presents himself.
Well, I mean, in his defense,
Yeah.
she's kind of put him in that spot.
I get it.
Not that he has to react that way.
Yeah.
but-
So my prediction would be like, no, they're not.
Yeah,
They're not going to get married. And then we have Raven and SK. Not going to get married.
Oh, really?
You think they are?
After last night's episode,
Really?
yeah. Like
Okay.
I would have said before we started watching, that's the number one couple that will not make it.
Okay.
But I think she's kind of falling for him.
She's a hard nut to crack. I can't figure this woman out at all.
Well, I
Part of me is like, she's flighty and the whole first 2 episodes were like, she's just here to promote something.
Right.
That's what she's doing.
I
She's
think-
promoting a fitness line because she doesn't care about anybody. And now you've changed.
I think that is who she is, and he's okay with that.
Okay.
I mean, I do think she's there to promote.
But you think she's into him?
Yeah, I mean, not until last night.
Okay.
I think it's episode 8 is what it was.
I think his family scared her.
For sure.
Yeah. But I think that to me could be enough where she's like,
Maybe.
like submissive. She's not a submissive type.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, but he's not wanting that either.
No, you're right. Okay.
Who's next?
Next we have Bartice and Nancy right here. He's 26. She's 31.
He's young.
Now she has a young voice. She's got a very cute young voice.
They're not going to make it.
I don't think they're gonna make it.
No.
I don't. Who else? Was she going for anybody else, or was it Bartice the entire time?
Well, Bartice was into Raven.
I remember that, but she was always into Bartice. I can't remember now.
Yeah, I think
I'm
so.
getting
I don't think there was
confused.
anybody else.
I just think they're very different people, and I think she's trying to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
And
I don't think he's into her, and I don't think she's really into him.
I think the appeal of him wore off.
Yeah, right.
How about
That's
that? Like
exactly
she was
right.
so into him in the pods, and Bartice is my man.
Well,
and
and
he's
then,
mine.
and then she saw him.
Right.
He's
He's-
big, jacked up dude.
right?
and, yeah,
Super
she's like,
attractive.
oh my gosh.
But
Great.
there's a lot about him that screams 26.
Well, yeah, and there's nothing bad. He's
No.
he's very charismatic.
Yeah.
Like he's very likable.
No, nothing wrong with that.
I just don't like. She has an ex that she's in business with, and they have rental properties, and like he's sitting there. He's so far behind. Like if he were a really mature 25-year-old or 24-year-old, whatever he is, then it might be different.
But can I
like
say,
his comment was like, man, when she said I could possibly be making $300,000 because I'm married to her.
like that's the thing. I don't expect you to be that. And when you are that person at 26, I'm like, hot dang it, where did you come from? Because that's not normal. You're supposed to be 26 and like, what? Huh?
Well,
you don't live in a studio apartment with, your bed that
dudes.
folds out from a couch. Like, yeah, I mean, to me, it's like a rite of passage. Those 20s are.
Well, yeah, I agree with what you're saying,
Yeah.
but that's why they're not going to make it.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. And speaking of not going to make it, hands down, 100% Cole and Zanab. And there's an age difference there too. Is it still the same? Is it 26, 31?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think they're going to make it. But then I don't know why they're still together. Like they should have broken up several times.
I will say, last week, I think when we talked about the show, maybe 2 weeks ago, and I said, do you remember Matt Barnett from the first season? Because this guy, Cole's last name is Barnett. They look similar. They're not related.
Okay.
It was a rumor going around. They're not related. But this is the guy, I guess, that everybody thought was his brother.
Yeah, he
drives me nuts.
Yeah, he kind of drives me nuts.
He's
too.
like
a
that
little flighty.
quintessential 25-year-old that I'm like, you are what I remember.
He is.
25.
He's arrogant.
Listen, he's a good-looking guy. I mean, and he's a realtor, and I think he's just used to something. But then he's got Zanab, who to me is way out of his league. I think she is so intelligent. I think he doesn't know what to do with her. And he's like, what does he do? He tells her he's attracted to another.
Yeah, I don't think he's into her. I mean, I don't think he's into her.
No.
Yeah, no, I think he's trying to make it work. I think he's playing it up for TV.
I think he saw Colleen and was like, dang it.
Well, yeah, no, I agree with that.
Yeah. It's good though.
It's good. Yeah.
It's good.
It's good.
I'm in. I want to hear. People that have finished the series are probably like, these idiots. They have no idea. They probably all end up together.
Tonight.
I hope we do. On that note, shall we? 2 more lights have come on.
Yeah.
We're good to go.
Unbelievable.
Anything else, babe, you want to add?
Nope.
No?
Nope. All good.
All righty, everybody. Make sure that you go to the Facebook page and like it, subscribe, rate, review, all that fun stuff to the podcast. Go to the YouTube page at Logically Irrational and make sure you like and subscribe to that. Audio and video will be better in the future. I promise I'm going to make this set everything. And that's it, I guess. We'll see you next week.
Same time, same place.